Welcome to Hot Flash Chronicles, where midlife is messy, menopause is madness, and we're sweating through it together.
We're Angie and Shelly, two caffeine-fueled, slightly inappropriate grandmas who say what everyone's thinking.
So grab a drink, crank up the AC, and let's dive in.
Shelly, it is time for another Hot Flash Chronicles podcast.
Okay, I'm super psyched.
Super psyched, she says. And today we are going to talk about technology through the years, which I find fascinating because it has evolved so much.
And especially, since we were kids. It's crazy.
It's exponential now, like year to year. It's like things are...
It's a lot.
Right. So this is a vast, like what we consider technology is a very vast thing. I remember when computers came out.
Yeah.
I remember when they first created home computers, we had like a Texas Instrument.
Yeah.
Where we had to like type in program code to be able to make the ball go across the sheep into the brackety, situation. And
the whole Pong,
there was like
Atari.
Pong. I was just
like
making...
Gaming was in its infancy, and it was just becoming... I remember having...
I had an Atari.
And Pong was like just two little things like dashes, and then the little thing went. It was nothing. We would not be impressed.
Or like
it was
phone technology. There's lots of categories. Anyway, so which one do you want to dive into first?
Well, I think let's dive into, let's call them modern conveniences. And I'm talking about things like, I remember getting a first microwave at our house. Yeah, because that wasn't a thing. And we think, we all just have one now. It's not even anything we think about. But I will tell you, my mom and your mom, when microwaves came into being, they were fucking thrilled because they didn't have to slave over.
Can you imagine your life without a microwave now?
No.
Oh,
no.
I do a lot in the microwave.
It was a huge, huge deal that you could reheat stuff and in a minute or 2 minutes or however long. And I remember our first microwave, we got it from a county fair because they didn't even have them in grocery.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a deal for you.
Yeah, they didn't even have them like at Sears and Roebuck would have been one of those places. Yeah, this was, and I remember I was like 10 years old, I think, or something. So it would have been like 1975. 1976-ish. I could be off on the years. Somebody out there who knows about when they became a big deal. But I remember it was $1,200.
Wow.
Back in...
You can get one for like $60 now.
In that time, because my dad wanted the top-notch thing, but that would be like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for something now.
Wow.
It was a lot. But my mom wanted one, and he wanted my mom to shut up. Because she was not going to shut up until she could have it. We saw what that fair could do with a microwave and a raw potato. And it could bake a potato. It could bake a potato.
I thought they would like explode.
No, you have to poke holes in them.
I don't think I've ever baked a potato.
What?
Okay, don't yell on the microphone.
Sorry. What?
First of all.
Angie, poke holes in it on all sides and do it for 3.5 minutes.
Do you know every week I roast off a bunch of potatoes? What I do is I cut them in half. I give a spray of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and I go face down, 425 for a half hour. And then I have a whole bunch of potatoes to do whatever I want with for the week.
You do air fryer?
No, just an oven.
Just an oven. We need to get our technology game up, first of all.
I love how they taste because they got the craggly, crispy bits. And you can do a baked potato on the fly. You can make German fried potatoes. You can make potato salad out of them. Like, it's nice to just always have potatoes right there. So I do that every week. But I've never microwaved it.
So,
because I thought they exploded.
Even a dishwasher. Like, there were some dishwashers. Like, I remember our first real, where it was a unit that they slipped under the counter. I think I was maybe a little bit younger, but I remember we had kind of one that
I had one that you had to roll and hook it up, the hose up to the faucet. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom, our first one was one of those. You rolled it over
And you'd roll it out of the cupboard.
Yeah.
And put the hose onto the faucet of the sink and plug it into the wall, and then it would run. And then when it was done, you would detach, drain the hose, and then put it back over into.
It's a lot of work to not have to wash them by hand, but we did it because we didn't.
Now mine has like a third row. It's like backlit with blue. It's very quiet. I literally have to put my hand on it sometimes. Like, is it running? I don't think it's running. Oh, it is running. Okay.
So I'm telling you, we take these things for granted. My grandma at her house, when I used to go over there, she had one of those wash machines that had the cranking
agitator
on it. Like you had to roll the clothes through there and press the stuff out. And then, it did its little agitation thing. And then you had to basically do the spin cycle. And
now they have the combos where it'll wash and dry in the same unit. Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? I feel like I want it.
Phil had one of those in England.
Did he?
And it would sometimes hold his clothes hostage and not move into the dryer mode. And he would long distance phone call me and say, the washing machine is taunting me because it's a washer and a dryer. It thinks it's better than me, and it's holding my clothes hostage, and he would have a meltdown.
That's so fun. We had that at the place that we rent in Chelan every year, Lake Chelan. It won't, like the washer won't open. Mm-hmm. It'll lock if it hasn't gone through the whole cycle. So if you stop it, you can't get it. And it's like, how do I open? I just need to get into the washing machine. No. But you have to like push the dial in and turn it to a thing that would release the
lock
hatch. It's a lot.
It's a lot. So there's some technology that is so advanced that we get a little annoyed with it. But I'm talking things that are just common everyday things. I want you to know those didn't exist in the days of yore back in 1970.
We were not tethered to be able to like access people instantly.
Oh, no.
I remember in high school, we all hung out at my cousin Lisa's house. Like that was the hangout for all of the friends. So if my Aunt Nancy had taken Lisa like to the dentist or something, and everybody, like literally you guys, every day we were at Lisa's house. Like this is where we all
in her house.
So if we would show up and they weren't there, we would just have to sit on their porch until they came. We would literally sit on their porch until they came home.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to call, you would just continue calling every few minutes until they got home.
Right.
There was no
answering machine.
They didn't have an answering machine at that point.
No.
So it was, or like if somebody was on the phone, you'd get a busy signal and you just kept calling every 2 minutes until you got a hold of the person.
Yeah.
So you spent so much time just trying to get through to someone. There was no like...
And there was no redial button either. You had to use the phone crank, that one, or the push button. The dial.
Now we can text people and it's like instant. We were watching this show. I know you love Helen Mirren. We watched 1923. I'm going to reverse recommend that. That is the saddest, most heartbreaking show. Nobody has any redemption. There's nobody's happy. No, there's no hope. There's no.
This sounds like 1923.
Oh my God, it's awful. It is like. We finished it last week and I looked at Jeff and I said, are you fucking kidding me? That, like, I literally sat and cried for a half hour because it hurt my heart. And I was like, and he was getting choked. He was like, that was brutal. And I'm like, why? This is why I watch garbage TV, because this hurts my soul and I can't just disconnect. I couldn't sleep for 2 nights because I was so upset about the show.
Yeah.
But in the show back in 1923, they're trying to get a hold of their nephew who's in Africa. And they're in Montana. So they have to try to do a wire and maybe get a hold of Spencer. And then maybe 6 months later, he might show up. But they're like, we need you now. Knowing that now is like
6 months.
We might see him in 6 months. And we won't hear from him.
Yeah.
Like we had to literally it's just amazing to me how we can text and instantly talk with somebody across the world. We can do a Zoom call. I do a Zoom every Friday for Portrait System. And in real time, I am talking to people that are in New Zealand, Australia, England, Germany, France, South America, all over the States, Canada, and it's real time. There's no lag.
So I think that technology of communication is kind of it is like a whole subject on its own on how it has revolutionized our social system. It has completely influenced the world of society, just how we communicate with each other and our attention spans and what we expect now.
These little 10-second clips on TikTok, and we just scroll.
It has totally changed how our brains work. It activates dopamine and things in our brain. The way you feel about your phone activates the same centers of your brain as love does. So when you can't find your phone or you think you've lost your phone, that's why you instantly feel panic. Like, oh my God, my phone. Because so much tethered is on your phone now.
We're physically tethered to these phones. Shelly and I each have 2 phones. So we have one that we're recording on right now. And then Shelly's recording on our social media one over here. Her phone that she uses for calls is over there. And I have my backup phone over here. So that's my main phone. This one doesn't have service, but this is if I need to record reels where I'm holding a phone. So I have 2 iPhones, you guys.
Yeah.
Does that seem unnecessary? It does.
It does seem unnecessary, but yet a lot.
If I don't have it, I'm like, how are we going to get the behind the scenes videos?
Yeah. But I feel like that kind of technology that are now, like she was saying, I had a party line where I lived in Little Montesano, Washington. So when you pick up the phone, you would sometimes hear other people in your neighborhood talking. And
did you have the operator and you'd say, like, give me the meat store? They have to do the little channeling.
My grandma was down Quinault. Quinault had that. Yeah, she had that. But we were in town. So, but you could lift it up and like some busybody lady might be on that phone for an hour and you might need to call nonstop to your friend until they pick up. And now you're on the party line. And if you could hear people click and you'd be like, if they wouldn't hang up, they'd be listening to your call. So you'd be like, hang up. I can hear you're on the line.
I can hear you breathing.
Yeah. So there was party lines like where people had to share the telephone.
Yeah.
You had to wait your turn. So then, so that's a big one. Just the way the telephone has evolved.
Or just the accessibility of people, like the way that we have constant access. And if you don't answer somebody, if somebody texts you and you don't answer within
right away,
24 hours.
Or the dots are going and they're taking forever to answer, and then they just say yes. And you're like, well, what the fuck were you saying for 28 seconds worth of dots?
I have blackout days. Like this last Saturday, I was just not on my phone. I intentionally didn't go to my phone. And then do you know what's interesting is I'll have a notification like my mom sent me a message and then I'll open it and it's deleted. Like she second guessed what she said, or maybe I didn't answer in time or something. I don't know. But you'll see that you have something missed and you go and it's been deleted and it's like, is it because I didn't answer right away? Who knows? I could probably ask, but
yeah, there's like
so I have blackout dates multiple times a week to where I just don't answer.
We are on our phones too much.
I'm sure people get worried that Angie's not being responsive, but I'm not always on my phone. I try to disconnect if I have kids around, if I have friends around, if I am gardening, baking. I don't want to be tethered to my phone. I'll check it a few times a day, and if somebody needs me.
We used to get through whole days where we didn't talk to our friends or get texts.
Or like randomly show up at people's houses.
Yeah.
People would ring the doorbell. I wonder who's come to visit. Now it's like, who the fuck's at the door? It must be Amazon.
Yeah, it must be.
So we have a Ring doorbell. I've had where I just assumed that the doorbell was Amazon and it was friends. Human it was friends. And I'll go look at the Ring doorbell later and I was like, oh snap, Tyson was
oh good.
And I was there. I thought it was Amazon.
So you didn't, yeah.
No, now we'll text like, hey, I'm going to come by.
Yeah. So I think telephones and television, like television now, you can stream TV shows on.
We don't even have cable TV.
You don't have to have it anymore.
We don't watch commercials anymore.
Yeah, we don't either. We just have subscribed channels.
I wonder how different, like everything's through social media now. Like, isn't that interesting how advertising has changed because of technology? We're not reading newspaper ads or watching commercials for Doritos. Like,
they're written books and newspapers and magazines. They're almost obsolete.
I do audiobooks. I do Kindle. I don't usually buy paper books.
Yeah, the things that are.
I have an electronic notepad.
Yeah,
I have 2 iPads and I did have 6 laptops before a few days ago. I now have 5 laptops and each one serves a completely different purpose.
Yeah.
Could I get by with 1 or 2? Yeah, but there would be a lot of transporting and, oh crap, I forgot the cord and where's the mouse connector and this one has a different input. And so I have different laptops for different purposes between my business and my home life. And my dad's crapped out the other day, so I gave him one of my.
Yeah. It's like the modern world it's produced a lot of things that make life more convenient. Now, one that I think is interesting, if you remember fashion and style.
I do remember fashion. I've heard of it.
Through the decades, you've heard of fashion. So in the 1970s, or late 60s, early 70s, polyester got very, very popular. And I remember being a little
very
kid.
Breathable.
And no, it's not. It was very scratchy and heavy. I remember my mom and so many women in the world were excited because they didn't have to iron. You used to have to iron everything because it would get wrinkly, like linens, like cotton.
I have to decide if I own an iron right now. I have a heat press to do like iron-on transfer.
I have a steamer thing, like a steamer.
I own it.
I have an iron, just
throw it in on the fluff cycle or whatever.
Yeah, but now we have fluff cycles. They didn't back then. So polyester, that's why it was so popular, is they were all so excited they didn't have to iron anymore. So it's like,
I don't wear like
you don't even
cottony kind of things.
You don't even think, or like linen where you sit for 5 seconds and it creases.
No.
Yeah, I like the lens of things. But just think about how modern these little things we just take for granted now, but they were revolutionary. Like a dishwasher changed a woman's life back in the day because they didn't have to spend 4 hours of their day cleaning breakfast, lunch, and dinner dishes. It freed up their time. Like the microwave, it freed up their time.
Or an air fryer. We use our air fryer every day.
Yeah, we do.
Every day I use my air fryer.
Yeah, we do.
Instapot, I use my Instapot multiple times a week.
Yeah.
I use a crock pot all the time. Like, that would have been hard. I'd feel like you wouldn't have a huge range of recipes. Like, I wouldn't be making pad thai if I didn't have all of the tools.
Well, it just opens up your world. All these gadgets, which is why, I kind of love-hate technology because it does open up your world and it does save you time on so many things. But also, I think there's been a big cultural shift in society since we've had things like Instagram, Facebook, these social outlets, these social pages, TikTok. Mm-hmm. I think people have created lives they want to live in front of other people, and they're making literal highlight reels, and we all start thinking other people's lives are maybe something that they're really not.
A social media influencer is a career now.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And you can make money doing just a regular person. Yeah.
Like there are YouTubers that are way more famous than like movie stars.
Yeah. Have more followers.
Like the younger generations are way more into a YouTuber than a
movie star.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really, really changed how we give information about ourselves, how we receive it from other people. We're able to curate a picture of our life and put it out there. And you couldn't do that before. Like there was no ability to do that. People, you would tell them parts of your life or maybe pass on the information, but you can actually go out and create highlight reel. We do it for our podcast. And, I tend to, on my social media page, I depends on what's going on in the world. If there's a lot of sad things happening in the world, I don't always post a lot of sad things. Sometimes I'll tend to try to be more, I'm going to post positive things. There's been times where the world has been doing bad things and I went down a very deep, dark hole on social media and gotten very negative. And I've just kind of learned my lesson of I don't do as much of it. I've kind of backed off just a little bit. And the social media that I'm doing now is like for our podcast and for singing groups that I'm in and things like that.
Right.
Not so much on my personal.
Right. And we do have to curate our time as well. Like we only have so many seconds in a day and it's like, where am I choosing to spend my time? I love scrolling reels, but like my husband and I joke that we have very different like
face. Yes.
Mine, because I used to be mostly a boudoir photographer. So it used to be that my Facebook feed was like women in their underwear, dog videos, stand-up comedy, recipes. Now, instead of like the boudoir photos, it's a lot of photography-related stuff, a lot of travel stuff. His is mostly news because that's what he's interested in. He likes to follow current events and stuff. And I do too, but I just don't choose to have my feed full of it because it would send me into a tailspin.
Mine are a lot of dog and cat animal videos, a lot of that, coffee, memes. I tend to go more, I don't know, junk food for the mind, like distraction, funny.
Yeah. Like
took me away.
When we finished the 1923 series the other night, Jeff saw that I was in a rough place. It was bad. Like I was like,
I don't think I'm gonna watch
my soul. No, I don't. I mean, it's very well acted.
Is that the one with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren?
Yes. It hurts my heart. There is no victory. There's no champion. There's no success. There's no.
Maybe it's realistic.
It's not. It's awful, and it's unnecessary trauma.
Yeah.
Like the obstacles that were put in front of some of the characters were just, it's like, what else can we throw at this person? It was just heart-wrenching. And
they barely had indoor plumbing.
And we get done, and I'm just sitting there like, I need a minute. Like my heart hurts. Like I was literally sitting on my couch crying.
Oh.
Like this was.
I don't want to watch a show like
this. This was terrible. Like it hurt. And I recognize that a lot of it actually happened, but I don't know that I want to spend my time watching it. So I was sitting there crying, and Jeff was like, puppy videos? Like he's trying to cheer me up. And I'm like, too soon. Like I just need a minute to mourn this. And the next day I was like, yeah, I didn't get any sleep last night. He was like, wow, that show really shook you. And I said, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman or because I'm an empath, but I can't just shake that off. Like when I feel traumatized with the characters, yes, I recognize it's scripted. Yes, I recognize they're actors. Yes, I recognize it's for entertainment. Mm-hmm. I can't disconnect myself emotionally from what just happened. And I have to like mourn what happened. And I said, I love that you're able to just flip channels in your head and move on to the next box and you're doing that thing. I can't do that. And that's why I'm just going to have to say, because he loves historical shows and history has not been really full of joy.
No.
Right? He loves...
Historically, it's not.
Right. So he, like, if it has like death and despair and lack of home, that is Jeff's jam. But I was like, I just can't buy into that. We got to find some stuff that's got a little bit of...
We have some light with all the dark.
It's a lot. So, I mean, I will say that 1923 was very well produced. Helen Mirren was fucking badass. Of course she was.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford did a great job. It was just sad for everybody the whole time.
The storyline.
The only good part was the really bad capitalist guy that was like the
villain.
Mm-hmm. Got killed in the end, but he didn't die slowly enough for me. It's like they should have drawn that out.
Oh,
that he deserved longer pain and suffering.
And I think this thing about like technology is it does give you all spoiler alert on 1923. I think it gives you all of these options. Like we just didn't have these options in the past. So with options is freedom, but also there are people that I see absolutely chained to their phones, addicted to their phones, who cannot stop scrolling. And there's been times in my life where I feel like I've been right on that verge.
Oh, totally.
And so and now when I do it, I really try to set my time limits, and I try to do it with purpose. Like if I'm going to be out here, I am engaging with potential people to watch our podcast. I'm building up pages for these intents. I don't go out and just scroll a lot for myself per se anymore. I'm trying to back off from that because for one thing, I just want to be in real life, in my real life, experiencing things. When I'm with my grandkids, I like to always get a few pictures of them, take a little bit of pictures, and then I like to put my phone away. And I've been trying to do that now when I travel. like when Phil and I go for hikes, I like to get a few pictures of us, a few little videos just to have the memories. But then the phone goes in my pocket.
High-resolution cameras in our pocket now.
Yeah.
Like, God, isn't telling a photographer from the 1800s that it would literally fit in your back pocket now?
No. It's a computer that does telephones and cameras.
And I don't even use much.
For any piece of information in the world on it, and it will give you an answer. And you can FaceTime people in another country. It's all in this little thing that fits in your pocket.
Do you know the funniest thing is I have 2 phones, and I don't do phone calls. I don't even use them for
Don't. They're
like
either
I saw
WhatsApping or...
If you saw, like, all of the things that our apps are capable of, and you took them into that, like if you put a camera for the camera, and you put like a compass on the table, or a recording device, or a
dictionary,
like all of these things, and you put it on a table, it would be this mountain of things it was capable of in your hand.
It's a computer. That's why it is. And it's not. We call them phones, but they're not. There's so much more.
Right.
And you have it right in your hands.
It's accessible all the time. Remember with TV how before VCRs were available, so first of all, you had to get the TV guide every week, or if you didn't get the TV guide, you had to get the newspaper and it had the TV listings. You had to circle which shows you wanted to watch, and then you had to negotiate with the people in your home.
Who's going to watch what? Because you may only have one TV.
Well, usually you only had one TV.
Yeah.
People didn't have them in every room. They were too expensive.
No.
So there was a negotiation time of at 5 o'clock, there are 3 of us that want to watch different shows. How do we decide who's going to watch it? Then VCRs came, and you could record it
and watch
on a tape, and then so if you weren't going to be there, you could program the VCR to record it.
Because in the days of yore before that, if you missed a show, like say you were watching Happy Days, if you missed episode 19, you only had one more shot to get to episode 19 during reruns.
They would have the active episodes, parts of the season, and then there was rerun season for when they were filming.
Like at the end of May, like during this.
Yeah, it was rerun season. So if you had missed an episode, you better make sure that you go and catch that.
So at least when you got a VCR, you could tape it if you were going to miss it. That was revolutionary.
And then we TiVo'd things after VCRs.
Yeah.
Now it's just all streaming. So like if we watch it, I was starting to watch a show the other day, and I was like, there's only 2 episodes. Well, I'm going to wait for all of them to drop before I start so I can
binge. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we'll go to look for a new show. Will be how many seasons of it?
Yeah,
there because we want to binge them.
You can watch shit on your watch now.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
So
I don't have a smartwatch, right?
I do, but I just have.
Oh, you're not very
long.
Yeah.
Time.
So we also on our wrists have all this stuff in case we don't want to reach all the way into our pocket.
It's too lazy.
It's right there.
But that's like it. But this has all happened just in our lifetime. Which, when you look at the evolution of technology and stuff through the world, the first really big things that happened where things were like, okay, this is different, was the Industrial Revolution.
Electricity.
And electricity and plumbing. Those were like when they started having machines do the work that humans could do back in the 1800s, and the printing press, things like that. Those were game changers, but they are nothing like what's happened since 1960. We have like quadrupled whatever.
Oh gosh, even since the year 2000.
It's still on such a fast pace now. You used to get one of those big things like the printing press, or automated machinery, the steam engine. Like those would come along and change the world, and you wouldn't get another big thing like that.
Travel. Like, remember when you would have to do a 2-month thing to go across the Pacific to get across the pond?
It would take you months.
Oh,
so travel, there were all these things, but the years 1960 to now, it is insane how many new technologies and how much, like my granddaughter, if I told her the thing about there was a phone and it had a handle and you put it up to your ear and she looks at me, she's 8 years old, she's like, she can't picture it. Like, it doesn't even make sense to her.
Have you seen the things where they give teenagers a rotary phone and they say, I'll give you $100 if in the next 2 minutes you can dial this phone number?
Yeah.
And they're just like, what do we do? Oh, I think this thing goes to, and they're like, they're trying to figure it.
Yeah.
So
it's
funny.
Been a part of the world.
Hilarious to watch them try to figure out a rotary phone.
Yeah.
Like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
They don't know to like push the hang up thing.
They know that there were like the push button phones, don't they?
Yeah, they're like, do you just stick your finger in the hole? Well, how come they didn't? And
yeah,
it's so funny to watch. I remember we were in like an older restaurant when my niece, who's now 16, she was like maybe 4 or 5, and a phone rang, like a ring, and she was like, "What's that noise? Is that an alarm?" And I'm like,
"Landline,
the phone?" And she was like, "No, like that clanging noise. What's that clanging?" I said, "That's a telephone ringing." She's like, and she was like, "That's a weird ringtone."
Oh, it's a weird ringtone.
Oh no. Yeah, I didn't know what a wall phone that was just actually ringing, like ring. She didn't know what that noise was. She was like, "Is that an alarm? Like what's..."
Are we supposed to vacate?
I went, "No, that's a phone." She goes, "That's not a phone. That sounds like an alarm." She's like, maybe 5. And she goes, "That's a weird ringtone."
It's just, I mean,
isn't that funny?
Have happened so quickly.
Yeah.
We've assimilated, like we totally depend on these things. Like I can't imagine not having the convenience of having a computer in my hand that tells me how to get places. Like how did we figure this?
Again, how do we figure out how to get anywhere? You had to use Thomas guides.
I used to have maps in my car.
Yeah, the Thomas guide was the map, and you'd go to B2, and then it would carry over to this map, and you would write out all your instructions. And my God, if you missed a turn, you pull over.
Well, and then when I hit up my dial-up computer, I could print off MapQuest. That's how you did it. 20-some years ago when I first started my job, I'd have to drive. And
if you missed a turn.
Yeah, well, even for MapQuest, it wasn't right most of the time.
But you'd be screwed if you missed a turn. Yeah. Because you can't
just go
figure out. And the TomToms were invented, or the Garmins, and then it would bark at you. Oh, yeah. And now our cars have it on the screen. And
I am very thankful.
Parallel park. You can hit a button in new cars. Yeah. And it'll just park it for you.
Yeah.
Wild. Technology.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 decades, what we're going to have.
In the next decade.
I still love the flying car. I'm sad we haven't got that.
I remember watching the Jetsons as a child thinking they're never going to have video phones where you could look at somebody on a TV screen. Never going to happen.
Jane Jetson had the mask that came down that she put in front of her wake-up mask in the morning. It came down and went in front of their computer phone. And so, filters, people. Jane Jetson was using filters.
Yeah.
When you don't look good, you throw a filter on now.
I mean, we do it.
Yeah.
There's no shame.
There's no shame.
We were recording some content for social media last week, and I said, "This is so much fun. Like, I have more fun doing reels." And I was like, "Oh, if this was a job," and she's like, "Ange, it is a job. There are people that are influencers." I was like, "I want that job. I just want to make reels all day
and just make reels and have filters on."
That's what I want to do. Do lip syncing
someday.
You should follow us on socials.
You should, and we're actually at that.
What a great segue! I literally wasn't doing that.
Actually, at that part where we're going to ask you what is the biggest technology that made your life different? What was revolutionary?
Or what are some that we miss?
Yeah, I'm sure we missed so many because we got all like we
do. We do that.
But we'd love to hear yours, and we'd love for you to follow us on our socials. We're on most of them.
Mm-hmm.
We're there.
So, Shelly, let's do our rapid fire. And first of all, we don't have to yell into the microphones. This is a little bit of housekeeping. We have to yell into the microphone. You also don't have to lean in like you're being interrogated on a witness stand.
But I feel like I am. Ma'am.
Okay, I will start. Speaking of technology, what's your favorite app to use? Wow. I don't have that one. It's a lot of vocal fry. Settle down.
There are a lot that I like. Right now I'd say there's just some editing apps because we're doing so many videos and things like that. I can't even remember the names of them, but I appreciate them. It makes things go a lot faster. So right now I'm kind of in that place where I just want
Instagram just launched one that is like their answer to CapCut.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's just called the Reels editor or something, but it's its own standalone app. I just got approved to be in like the beta Jetsons group. So I don't know what it is.
So yeah, I like those.
Okay. What's your question for me?
All righty then. All right. Right now in front of you is a big, refreshing glass of something you want to drink right at this moment. What is it?
Probiotic lemonade.
That's solid. Your probiotic lemonade is very delicious. I want you to just bring it with
Labs, dude. It's so good.
It is so good.
Oh,
bring that.
Because it's fizzy, it's fermented, and it's, oh God, it's so good. And it's not too sweet. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Your next question. What is your favorite kind of salad?
My favorite kind.
Stop leaning into the microphone.
My favorite kind of salad. I like what do they call them? A wedge salad, which is like that big chunk. And then they put the blue cheese on it and the little grape tomatoes and the bacon bits and chunks of blue cheese. I love me a wedge.
I love that.
I love a wedge.
That's a good one.
We always have to do a food one.
Always.
And we did 2 so far because we did the lemonade in this. So I'll ask a non-food one. Angie, if you...
Jason Momoa. I'm kidding.
So close. I was going to say take a ride in something, so that maybe was you having a premonition.
No, sorry. I feel like I'm going to get flagged for
stalking
and creepiness. I apologize, Jason Momoa, for objectifying you every day. I apologize.
Sorry.
Like he's okay with it.
He's fine.
I thought I could get through them all.
Chauffeured, if you could take a ride in any car, what would it be? What do you think of as like luxurious?
Ooh. Man, that's a good one. I'm not really. It's funny.
You're a potentially famous future influencer, and you're going to be driven to the Influencer Awards show, and they're going to send a car.
I love a Jaguar.
Jaguar.
And don't call it a Jaguar. I used to sell them. That was, you know what? BMW.
Okay.
Beamers are so comfortable in every way. They have all of the amenities, all the bells and whistles.
There we go.
That's a technology thing too.
Yeah, it is.
So this has been another riveting episode of Hot Flash Chronicles. Thank you for joining us. We do so, yeah. To our tens of followers. It's now hundreds. Thank you for that, y'all.
Thank you.
It means the world that you listen to us. Go ahead and give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, a comment.
Of all of those things.
5-star review would be
incredible. Let us know what you want to hear about.
Yeah, let us know.
We want to hear it.
And with that, we bid you adieu.
Adieu.
That's a wrap on this episode. If you laughed, related, or just need more, hit subscribe.
Check out the show notes to find us on socials and YouTube, and join our Patreon for exclusive extras.
And remember,
we're still hot, just in flashes.